Test this out. Now keep in mind that I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about bullshit.
How you walking in the future, but still forget your past. You looking for material, but that shit never lasts. Do you even know the real you? They can only see you through a mask. You was walking in the future, but still don't know your past. Why you always in fatigue? Cause I'm a one man army. My blood don't bleed, and these devils never harm me. I know the magnitude, so I live in gratitude. Negativity has no gravity. Wanna write me out existence. They wanna dilute my blood, strip me of my innocence, because they know who I was. Cognitive dissonance, send this message through with love, cause I am the remnant. The ancestors knew I'd come. How you walking in the future, but still forget your past. You looking for material, but that shit never lasts. Do you even know the real you? They can only see you through a mask. You was walking in the future, but still don't know your past. Little boy in Ohio, smells of the fresh cut grass. Lord know what I know, secrets of an ancient past. Descendants of the mountain builders, they make sure that you didn't know that. Tried to say you were native, ooh, but you the ones that made it. Wanna write you out existence. They wanna dilute your blood, strip you of your innocence, because they know who you are. Cognitive dissonance, send this message through with love, cause we are the remnants. The ancestors knew we'd come. They knew we'd come. They knew we'd come. They knew we'd come. Oh yeah. How you walking in the future, but still forget your past. You looking for material, but that shit never lasts. Do you even know the real you? They can only see you through a mask. You was walking in the future, but still don't know your past.
How you feel?
Feel good.
You're man. It's your world, you're that girl. Daily energy reading is gonna be good. It's gonna. Welcome to the daily energy reading, where seeing is believing even if you was to see it. You wouldn't know you could be it, but you can. You're the man. It's your world, you're that girl. Daily energy reading is gonna be good. Daily energy readings every day with Hood.
Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective, man. Here for another daily energy reading. Of course, I'm your host, the Hood Mystic. I don't know if this thing is working or not working. One in the chat if y'all can hear me okay. I know the visuals is acting a little weird. But we here, man, to discuss the daily energy reading. This camera is going through the motions. All right. As long as y'all can hear me, I'm all right with it. But, hold on. I know what I could actually do to make this a little better. Make this a little better. There we go. There we go. You know how this should be. But as long as y'all can hear me, everything is good. I think the camera is good. We all good. Hope y'all good. Hope y'all family is good. In this particular snow bomb we've been living through, I've been definitely affected by the snow here in Michigan, but I've been taking it as a sign to go within and do some work and get some work done. And so with it all being said, I trust that the sun will come out and melt the snow once more. So I feel like, everything is everything in the time being. But peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. I really want to just have a conversation daily. And I'm not going to say like I used to, because it's not as if I'm living in the past, and I ultimately know how challenging it is to produce content every single day. So if I'm able to do that, that's a feat within itself. But to be more proactive, to be more regular with content is going to be the goal moving forward. And then also curating and putting together my own unique voice at the same time building up a new business, a old business, but a new business with a new flair, with a new swag. And before I get into anything, I just want to give thanks. Give thanks to Source, to God, the intelligent creator, however you want to define it, however you want to name it. I want to give thanks to that, as that would be more or less the leader of this conversation. But without further ado, man, let's get into the conversation and let's get into what we came here to talk about.
Yeah, just thinking about it. This is the daily aspects. When you understand, it's just like magic. When life was once so tragic, now you gon' go get the bag, man. Just like magic.
So today's aspect of the day is Saturn and Pisces, Sextile, Uranus, and Taurus. Saturn is ultimately conjunct Neptune. What this particular transit represent is one leg of the minor grand trine that we have been covering since 2024, which represents a spiritual awakening. When we begin to look at the chart for today, we'll notice that a majority of the planetary configurations are in alignment with the minor I can't, it's a tongue twister, minor grand trine. So it's the major grand trine, which represents like three trines put together. A minor grand trine is where there's two trines in a sextile. So the two trines are Pluto and Neptune, Neptune and Uranus, and the one sextile is Uranus and Pluto. So what Uranus and Pluto does astrologically is that it creates the bed, and the trines actually allow for the action to take place. So the action, whether you know it or not, is very, very positive. In reference to this particular spiritual awakening, it's almost like what they said was going to happen in 2020 when Black people was going to inherit their superpowers. Well, that time is actually now, but the way that the top of the pyramid, which is Neptune and Pisces, this particular placement is all about being lazy. So the actual top of the pyramid is trying to decide when or when not you're going to be lazy. So that's really the key of it. So to just simply be lazy, you have to examine that part of yourself, right? You can't just be like, well, I'm lazy. That within itself is lazy. So whether it's going back to school, whether it's getting more instruction, whether it's like reapplying yourself, when you get into the nuts and bolts of the word, is fear. So when you look at Pisces, which is really like an initiation, initiations play a lot on fear. And the modern man and the modern woman actually bow down to fear in the realm of comfort, in the realm of just being lazy. Like you might work, and when you get home, you already know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no extracurricular activities. In the way of the world, it actually kind of can seduce you into this way of being an NPC without you even realizing it. Because when it comes to starting that business again, promoting that business that you already got, you afraid of not getting no traction, not getting no motion. And when you look at Pluto and Capricorn, that's the devil. That's the person that you transforming into without triggering anybody. That person that just don't give a fuck what other people say. Uranus and Taurus is saying I might, when I'm in this jet might crash. I could worry about this jet crashing, or I could get to where I need to be quicker. It's no success without a certain level of risk. So you can look at this particular transit of spiritual awakening and start to understand why people don't even want to delve into the waters. Because it requires them to face their fears, to not be the friendly person, and to move inside and outside of risk. Because when we study astrology, we're also studying the instinctual man, the man that didn't need anything for millions and millions of years. One's in the chat if that makes sense. When I say the instinctual man did not need anything for millions of years,
to whereas in 1776, the invention of science and politics, to whereas they have to civilize the savage beasts. Now all of a sudden you need college. Now all of a sudden you need all of these particular things, these institutions and secret societies and fraternities and sororities and uh, colleges and universities, academia, to tell you some shit. Because if they don't tell you some shit, you feel like you don't know shit. The reason that I get on this particular platform is to deal with the part of you that no matter, I don't care who you are, I'm speaking to you because you have a soul. And through the paradigm of the soul, less is more. But the paradigm of the soul is like breathing. So it's a continuous flow of energy and understanding that goes beyond consciousness. Consciousness is what the world has created, especially online. AI, slop, pointless conversations. One's in the chat if today a motherfucker is going to come up with a conversation about men and women. I bet you today on a panel somewhere on the internet, niggas is going to be talking about men is this way and women is that way. Am I lying? This is conscious mind rhetoric. It's just repeat, 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 repeat. And then it's like, okay, it's like a fucking whirlpool. You get caught up in it, and then you get spit out, and you like, all right, who the fuck am I? Oh shit. Here I go. You feel me? So with all of that being said, the soul is a powerful understanding within the individual that, you know, it deserves a continuous voice to get spoken to, and it don't take a lot of us to get to the actual meat and point. It really only take really one person to get it. All right. It only take one person to get it. So with that being said, I'm gonna still deal with some highlights of the chart. First off, we have a sun and Cap. We talked about Uranus sextile Saturn, and we'll talk about that more. But some other aspects in reference to today's chart: Sun and Capricorn representing the goat is square, Moon and Ramses. I said Ramses. Moon and Aries representing the ram. So this particular square is a very interesting square, and we'll get into the nuts and bolts later on in the presentation. But I just wanted to I want you to keep in mind this goat symbology with Sun and Capricorn and this ram symbology with the Moon and Aries and how it's a square. So that means that the goat and the ram are an adversary, and at first it's very abstract, and it can remain abstract because it can mean a million and one things, but I'm going to look at this metaphysically so we can understand and overstand the winner, right? Who's going to win versus the goat and the ram? There is a clear winner, and I want to talk about it. I'm actually going to end the video talking about it, so stay tuned for that. And as I stated earlier, the minor grand trine equals a spiritual awakening. But the key is not just going to you're not just going to wake up into it. You're not going to scam your way into it. You're not going to buy your way into it. There is a specific formula, ladies and gentlemen. Pluto and Capricorn, you have to transform into the villain, meaning that when you are in your creative motion, your family, friends, your job, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your kids is not going to like the fact that you are going to dedicate your attention to yourself. One's in the chat if that makes sense. The real world, anything can happen, but that is not a reason to be adversive to your actual goals. You have to embrace the challenge. The wild man, the wild woman does not wake up in the wild and say, fuck, I need to just give up. It's all types of animals around me. We would not be who we were as a civilization if we allowed fear to motivate us. We would not be who we are as a civilization if we allowed fear to dictate whether or not we're going to move forward. And I'm telling you, fear is the real devil. That's the nigga you really want to be. You really want to fight. You really should be mad at fear the way you mad at your baby mom. One in the chat. You really should be mad at fear like you mad at your baby dad. Like you mad at your mama, like you mad at your last job for firing you. Fear, fear, think about fear as the reason why you won't start your business. But you ain't mad at fear. You ain't mad at worry. That's Uranus and Taurus. It's a literal entity and energy. That's like, yeah, you ain't gonna be your best self. And you acquiesce to it. Yeah, you're right. I ain't gonna do shit. I ain't gonna study. I am gonna go to work and come home and go to sleep. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to work, come home, watch some good ass TV. I'm binge watching this show on Netflix. I'm on season 8 of 15. God damn it. And I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna finish the sequential order of my destruction. Because to really put myself in that mode, I'm going to have to deal with some goddamn wolves and gorillas and tigers. I gotta put myself out there. So, once again, decisions. Neptune and Pisces. We talked about this earlier, but that lazy is being lazy. Okay? Being lazy is lazy. You got to figure out why you're not doing shit. Like, you got to, like Bobby Hemmings say, you got to go to war with shit. You understand? Like, you got to figure out why you're not prioritizing this particular spiritual initiation being placed before you. And I understand it's difficult. I understand it's difficult because you got a job, you got a family, you got a girlfriend. None of this shit is Pisces. None of this shit. Pisces is the 12th house. Do y'all understand that? When I say Pisces is the 12th house, that means that it don't care about your friends, about your job, about where you went to college. Don't care about who you fucking, who you married to. It don't care about where you done charity at. It don't care if you Beyonce, you done performed on every stage in the world. It don't care if you came from a family of 12. It don't care if you a daddy. It don't care if you a mama. It don't care about your brother, your sister. It don't care about how much money you got. It don't care about how good you look. It is the 12th house. It is the finality of reality. Yo, I understand why you don't want to deal with that. You gotta drop all the bullshit. You have to really beat Neptune and Pisces as a form of a spiritual awakening. Like you gotta see who you are, like who you are. And quite frankly, all of the shit you've been doing is just who you be pretending to be. The fucked up part about it is that you believe that you believe that your pretender. You believe that you are your pretender. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. We live in a world. Cause just think about it. Think about it. You went to school first, didn't you? Was in the chat if you went to school. You did not go into school making the rules. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? Y'all, you didn't go into school making the rules. You had to do what that motherfucking school said do, or you would get rolled up, suspended, detention, ISO. You was getting reprimanded and disciplined when you didn't do what the motherfucking school told you to do. And when you went home, your mama didn't say, boy, you know you make the rules in that school. Don't listen to the motherfuckers. No, she whooped your ass. So you was from 5 years old a pretender, okay? Let's not bullshit ourselves with this shit. Because when you get into the Neptune and Pisces, it's an aversion to that shit right there. It's a real aversion to that shit. That shit is like, yo, whoa. I've been this way since I was 5 years old. I've been a pretender since I was 5 years old. See, I'm from the old school where we've already accomplished a spiritual awakening. Hey, people don't fuck with me. And I'm not proud to say it. And maybe I don't fuck with them. I don't know. I haven't dived deep into it. But I know when I was asleep, I had a contact list full of motherfuckers. When you awaken in this paradigm, people do not like that shit. Okay? I can't mince words about it. So what is the dichotomy? What slows spiritual awakening? Every spiritual person, every person that reach out for a reading, they're too busy trying to convince people of their spiritual awakening. I said, I just wanted to know. I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to immerse myself in it. I got lost in the study. I got lost in the adventure. I went from different cities. I traveled. I immersed myself in it. I said, shit, if this shit is real, then let me jump off a building. Nigga, I started flying through this motherfucker, okay? I mean, what goes up must come down. I didn't evade the laws of gravity, you know. I've seen the dregs of society. Understand? I you know, don't take my advice. You know, go to school, go to college, you know, get a good job. You feel me? But I played with this shit. I played with the electromagnetics of the reality. I attracted certain. I played with this shit. I promise you. I'm here to tell you. If you immerse yourself in this reality and you start calling shit to you, if you have a vision for a reality, you can create that reality. But it is going to drain you. Okay, because ultimately you don't got to really make decisions on earth. The decision is already made, and the person that you the person that you are in moment to moment to moment to moment to moment, making the right, like choosing love, or like the decision is already made. However, what tends to happen is that we come to a point where it's like, what am I going to do with my life? I'm such in a confused and lost state. You have a soul. That's who you were the whole entire time. Everything in your life is to distract you. Have a soul. And everything that you do, every decision that you make outside of your soul is going to lead to confusion. So the 12th house, the house of initiation, the house of mystery, the house of darkness, the house of, you know, Pisces is the house of Jesus, death, rebirth, renewal. It all like is a cyclical thing. You come to this aha moment that you have the answers within yourself and you just act on those answers. You're gonna find yourself in places you didn't even believe, because you are you. You are on this earth for your wildest dreams to come true because you are you. But you don't believe that you are you. You are in this place where you pretending to be this person and you trying to build up this false life, trying to figure it out. It's not nothing to figure out at this particular point. Getting to the real you is hard work, because how do you get to the real you? One might ask. Well, how do I do that? Though? Like, how do I get to the real me? What are you afraid of? What are you really afraid of? What are your fears? Fear, motherfuckers say, I'm afraid of death, hood. I'm afraid I might die, hood. I love my kids. Hood. I don't want to die. Well, you don't ever die. You afraid you don't ever die. You don't ever die. You always want to be consciously aware. You might not have this physical body, but that consciousness exists somewhere. Consciousness have been studied to not be able to be destroyed, nor is it created. So even the concept, exploring the concept, like understanding fear of death is the absence of soul. Because you're going to experience yourself whether you like it or not. You just framing it all the way incorrectly. So what's going to happen when you understand that you live forever? I'm going to break down this whole entire process to you. I'm going to show you how this thing works, right? I'm going to show you how it works, but what's going to happen when you figure out that you can live forever? You still going to be afraid?
Trees are the tall pillars that act as the foundation for thousands of ecosystems. We think of trees as their own individual beings, but in the heart of every forest lies an unseen network. A natural internet connecting trees through an incredible system of thread. Meet Mycelium. Mycelium is nature's underground superhighway. Essentially the root of a mushroom, these thin threads of fungi form intricate networks linking trees and plants in a fascinating web of communication. Through the network of mycelium, trees communicate, sharing nutrients, water, and even information. Let's nurture.
I mean, you get the point, right? Saturn at the 3rd degree of Pisces. The root word of this is indestructible. Indestructible is the mycelium network. Whereas, and I'm working on an article. I'm working on an article, but I'm just really just studying it to get it like my own personal understanding of it, right? Just how the fuck is this happening? So basically, it's the original mycelium. They produce a young mushroom, and that young mushroom is being fed all of these particular nutrients that the mycelium gets from the trees or borrows or exchanges with the trees. It fills up this young mushroom with everything that it has so it can live for days, maybe even weeks. But the whole time it's living, it's sending out spores. So those spores can go underground and create a new mycelium network that is only viable to the old mycelium network that have created this. It's a process. Whereas the mushroom that you see is a sacrifice so that the network can thrive. Okay? Your life in life, man, human life is just mirroring this process. You're just alive for a couple of days. You're not alive for in the existence of the world. If you start to actually understand the small thing of the small speck that we call life within itself, you would have to stop and ask yourself, what is the purpose of life within itself? It is to spread the gospel, spread the good news. Okay? That we are indestructible. What you see on the surface, man, as human beings is a connection to a network that is much larger than our conscious expression could ever be. Doesn't matter. But see, the framing of it, the framing of it is fucked up. Because everybody imagines that the life of the human is the most important thing that's going on. So if you think that the human, which is the mushroom, is the only thing that's going on, you're missing out on billions upon trillions and upon quadrillions of information that's not being accounted for. It's a purpose for life. It's a purpose for the mushroom. It is to connect to the sub-network, to connect to the spirits, to connect to the underground. You don't even understand if you're looking at shit from a surface level. How can one be indestructible? Because you understand spiritual principles. That's how you understand and understand that you are indestructible. That's the only way. It's not, I'm showing you this picture so you don't think that it's not scientific. If you understand this picture, you will understand Christianity, you'll understand Jesus, the symbology, where the symbology comes from. Okay? When you're able to connect the dots like this, then you won't be confused. You won't be led astray. You understand where it all comes from. It all comes from nature. What is nature trying to show you or tell you? It's trying to teach you how to survive and thrive and succeed by connecting to a network of information of things that already know. Okay? Hopefully this is making sense to you. Uranus in the 3rd degree of Taurus, the word for that Sabian symbol is natural fulfillment, where you have the currents of the river create an electrical force which purifies the water. When you gather that water and you put that water on soil, it fertilizes the motherfucking soil. That is a natural fulfillment. The process of the earth and what the earth provides when you understand alchemy to put water on soil with germination and patience. In the midst of lions and tigers and bears, oh my, you still able to focus on really important. Oh, I might die, hood. So I gotta protect myself. I got 7 locks on my door. But you haven't protected yourself from yourself. You ain't doing shit. Hopefully what I'm saying is making sense. The natural steps lead to a lawn of clover in bloom. The natural steps. The natural steps are not the steps you learned in college. It's not what your mama told you, what your daddy taught you, okay? The natural steps are in reference to the environment, in reference to the universe, in reference to source creation, that some motherfuckers have come down here and manipulated, figured out a way to manipulate it. However, the natural steps are outside of your manipulation. So conversations and people that can't get outside of their conditioning, can't get outside of what you learned in public ass motherfucking school. Your mom dropped you off in that bitch because she had to work. You understand? They didn't want to teach you nothing. Them motherfucking teachers got paid shit to sit around you motherfuckers. Got sick. All different types of diseases. If Shawnee's mama decided to smoke crack last night, we all gotta motherfucking deal with this shit. Listen, school ain't teach you shit. It was a babysitter, okay, for 12 years. It just make you think you're smart, make you feel better that you learned something. Meanwhile, you can't build a house. Meanwhile, don't know shit about shit. Don't know shit about shit when we get out there. Take an 18-year-old. Do it. What would you trust an 18-year-old to do? He been in school for 12 years. Make it make sense, y'all. Help me explain this shit. What do you trust an 18-year-old to do? I know y'all know some 18-year-olds. Help me out. And would you trust an 18-year-old to do anything? Hey, man, an 18-year-old can cut my grass. I got to be at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, been in school for 12 years, and all you can do is cut grass. Oh, now I got to go to college. Now I got to really learn. Nigga, you've been learning for 12 fucking years. You can't do shit. Don't know nothing. Just in school, being babysat, being taken care of. Now, the kids is using the school to attack the parents. Now you go into school, hey, man, my mama, she hit me. Guess what? CPS knocking on your door. Heard you been hitting Lil Jam Jam. I ain't touched Lil Jam Jam. Well, Lil Jam Jam said you've been hitting them, so we gonna have to assume that little jam have been getting abused. The kids see that shit, you like, oh, I got a motherfucking activated, a fucking teammate on my side against my motherfucking mom and my motherfucking dad. Whole system against your ass. The system looking at you as an abuser, you won't even touch your kids, but see, the kids is using the system against the parents. Nobody talking about that shit. Only real motherfuckers who standing on shit know what I'm even talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because the school is not a place where a motherfucker can learn. The school is now, they motherfucking know your ass goddamn a millennial. They know you motherfucking the last of a dying breed. Now they using, peep how they using the motherfucking school system to go after the motherfuckers. Kids dumb as hell. Kids don't know shit nowadays. Listen, gotta get back into nature. You don't teach your kids about nature, you ain't teaching them shit. How shit works. How God made this world. We all in this world because of God. None of us created this fucking world. We not that special, okay? Take that motherfucker on a cliff. We're like, yeah, motherfucker, you big and bad. You ain't gonna jump off this cliff, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? This is real. There's animals out here. Take that nigga into the wild. Get humbled, okay? Natural steps lead to a line of clover in bloom. The gradual expansion of the individual consciousness after a fecundating experience, which is a fertilitating. I said a fertilitating, yep. Y'all know what I'm talking about? A situation where fertility is involved, right? Some growth and development, right? Fertility is up and down, up and down, up and down, right? The gradual expansion of the individual consciousness after a fertilizing experience. Okay, y'all know what a fertilizing experience is. I don't gotta explain this shit to y'all. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Get fertilized. Oh shit. Having been activated by electrical energy, the pure water of the mountain stream is able to fertilize the soil, which covers itself with small blossoms. Clover, however, is normally a symbol of the triad, Trinity, and thus often mention three natures in man. To reach the flowering garden of mind, the consciousness must proceed by steps. Effort is needed. What is reached is a flowering display of the simple, quite humble kind. Yet bees are after it for honey. There is sweetness and energy latent in blossoms. So what this is saying is the blossoming of a flower, it takes time and it takes effort, and I might add a level of protection. However, the reward is spring. The reward is rebirth. But the effort and the protection and the awareness, it starts today. Even knowing that if I put in the effort and work today, it's going to lead to a blossom, because these are the natural steps that lead to a thing. And people looking at it is just, they don't see it. It's just dirt to a nigga right now. That's just dirt right there. I ain't going to deal with that. Your friends and family, girl, why is you playing in the dirt? Girl, I want to start my new business. Oh, see, I ain't got time for that. You know the new episode of Bad Girls Committee is coming on. Jocelyn Hernandez and them, they about to start fighting. We can't miss it. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. That's why suppose fighting. Come on, girl. You know you love it. Hey man, you know it's the goddamn playoffs. It's Sunday. Man, I really wanted to start on building my business. I wanted to focus on trading this year. Want to get my trading portfolio together. Bro, it's the playoffs, man. That trading shit can wait, bro. It's the playoffs, bro. The Patriots, yeah. We're going to the Super Bowl, bro. Yeah, but I'm trying to, bro. You really gonna not watch this playoff game with us? Yeah, bro. I gotta lock in. Man, you fucking lame, bro. How you not gonna sing that shit with us, bro? We want our brains to rot, bro. Come rot your brains with us, bro. We going to the club every weekend, getting drunks. We smoke like 20 blunts so we can just burn our brains up, bro. Come on, man. Let's fuck up our lives, bro. Nah, man. I gotta lock in. Come on, man. It shit is so easy and so simple for real. You just gotta stop fucking with people. People, unless they want to do some shit. If you really think about it, if you really think about it, man, you gave niggas a chance. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. If you gave niggas a chance, you got enough examples. Something is wrong, man. Something is going on, and you can stick around and see how this shit play out, or you can get into a space of natural fulfillment. You feel me? So within this particular Sabian symbol breakdown of Uranus in the third degree, right? We got the symbol of Trinity. Trinity could be Father, Son, Spirit, right? Christians. By the way, Christians, hella weird for that. I'm gonna just put that out there. Hella weird, right? Or the original Trinity, Father, Mother, and Child. So whether ironically or not ironically, whether I just was I never not followed spirit, but let's just say I'm back to following spirit. I have been doing this study on Demeter, Hades, and Persephone. Well, let me just backtrack, right? Let me just backtrack. I I ended Columbian Exchange and I wanted to rebrand. And so that was just in the liminal space for like months. And so this weekend, I just said, fuck it. I'm gonna just start it again. But the way I'm gonna do it intentional. So 2 weeks ago, I got the supplies for the Royal Mint tea, which is peppermint, spearmint, and pennyroyal. Just got the tea. Knew I wanted to put it out. That was my first product that I wanted to put out, just because I wanted to, right? Just something that came over me. I was like, I'm gonna get this tea, whatever. But then I started to put this shit together, like I was about to put it online, and so I'm still formulating, but I'm like, if I'm gonna put out tea, I'm gonna create a spiritual correspondence to the tea for an article. So like every tea that we drop is going to be like an article paired with it in reference to like the spirits or the mythology around the tea. And I don't know, it just felt, I was just studying it, whatever. And I got this book, Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs, and I looked up peppermint. When I looked up peppermint, it had the deity Pluto on it. And then I looked up pennyroyal, and it had the deity Demeter, right? So I was like, okay. So Demeter and Pluto is another way of saying Demeter in Hades. So I was like, And then just reading about it, I was like, okay, so peppermint is Hades and pennyroyal is Demeter. Like I was just making these connections because I didn't necessarily purposefully connect those two because they have a strong mythology together. You know what I'm saying? So I started to think like, damn, what if the mythology was the herbology? You know what I'm saying? And the way that people contacted spirits was through the herbs. What if? You know what I'm saying? Because I just randomly picked up 3 herbs for real. Really just 3 mints rather. And then to like see the connection of it, it's like, wow. And then to add it, I added spearmint. And so I started to read, all right, what do spearmint represent? And it didn't have a deity, but it had a planet, Venus, and the gender was feminine. So spearmint to me was Persephone, right? So I'm just like in the mythology of it, and it's just like, and I just started to study it, and it was like Demeter connected to pennyroyal, right? Pennyroyal is connected to the uterus and the menstrual cycle, meaning that if you click the link, it'll take you to evidence supporting pennyroyal for the body system of the uterus, right? This was used primarily as an emmenagogue, an agent thought to stimulate menstrual flow, or another way of doing an abortion. So if you're pregnant, don't drink pennyroyal. But if you ain't trying to have a baby, it can act as and this is why you don't, this tea is not no play shit for real. Any tea. I mean, I source my shit though. You feel me? Like I get the same shit that I go to this herb store. I fuck with his supplier, right? I backdoor this nigga. Oh, where you get these herbs from? I get them from such and such. Oh, okay. Motherfuckers be underestimating you, but that's another story. But yeah, so you could drink this tea, but understand and overstand the power. It's only a small percentage of pennyroyal because it's very potent, it's very powerful. Like pennyroyal within itself is used as an abortion agent. When your menstruation is delayed, you can use it. And that's the thing about goddamn herbs. They literally heal you and help you. And this is another way of us understanding gods. Is it not? Ain't God supposed to help you and heal you? You know, you pray to a God in the sky, but what if you took a herb to enhance your body, enhance your mind, enhance your vision? So you can ingest these herbs or you can burn them as a symbol. Because the mint, that's going to help you with the psychic. And when you think about the psychic, how are you existing without your psychic abilities? You think you cool? Right? Nigga think he cool, bro. I don't need to enhance my psychic abilities, bro. I just like when shit just randomly happen, bro. I don't want to be aware of what's going to happen in the future, bro. And as I was doing this study, everything was at the 3rd degree of Uranus, the 3rd degree of Pisces. The Sabian symbol for Taurus dealt with the clover. or that triple energy. And I promise you, get into the mythology of Demeter, Hades, and Persephone. Hades wanted to marry Persephone, but Demeter was like, no. But at the end of the day, they made a deal, and it happened like that. That mythology is deep. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a lot of girls deal with the Hades archetype. Understand it. If y'all ever was in the chat, you ever dealt with a nigga, you like, I don't even understand why I love this nigga so much. Everybody telling you, girl, don't deal with this nigga. This nigga is Hades. He's Pluto. Don't deal with him. He's darkness. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta delve deep into that darkness, girl. I don't know what to tell you. This mythology is deep. But I got like I said, I'm just slowly rebuilding this brand, but it's already written down on paper. But I'm only one person, so you know what I'm saying? And I don't like to just push it through with AI. That's just crazy to me. Like I really want to kind of like have a grasping of what I'm putting forth towards the people. And, I believe in the execution of it all and the timing of it all, like just everything in reference to the product, um, the study, the article. It was just a perfect alignment that has just made me personally feel like I was connected to something, right? And that's the feeling that I want people to feel when they are taking their teas, drinking their teas, burning their herbs, however you want to do it. We got other products that we're going to have on there, such as sage and things of that nature, to like just connect you right to source and do it in the right way. But the site the site is healthiswealthherbs.com, right? Healthiswealthherbs.com. Our first product available for sale is the Royal Mint Tea, Peppermint Spirit Penny Royal. If you are pregnant or trying to get pregnant, I suggest you do not drink this tea. But if you want to burn the herb ceremoniously, feel free to do so. That we are offering it 1 ounce bulk, or we can bag it up for you for additional charge. Before you purchase, though, you can read the article about Demeter, Hades, and Persephone, the mythological correspondence to the herb. So we will continue to do that with all of our products. That's why it's going to take us some time to load up products and blogs, but we're going to try to orchestrate it to where we can upload the products and do the blogs and do the videos and kind of just have a nice flow to it. So, with all that being said, support our sponsors, right, for today's show. Royal Mint Tea by Health is Wealth Herbs and Botanicals, and read the article supporting. So yeah, links is in the description. What I said that I was going to talk about earlier, that we're going to be talking about now, is the polarity between Aries and Capricorn, which sit at a now square sky. The moon is in Aries, the sun is in Capricorn, and give me 1 second. So the moon is in Aries, representing the ram. The sun is in Capricorn, representing the goat. And the ram and the goat sit 90 degrees square from each other, representing a natural opposition, whereas the moon in Aries is the beginning of how we want to feel. The sun in Capricorn is our inner eye, our third eye, which is going to be prioritizing how we feel. And are you able to navigate? these particular soft dynamics, because we call them soft dynamics because the moon is going to transit out of different signs throughout the day. So how we feel is generally going to change throughout the days of the month. We have good days, bad days in reference to our own personal disposition, as well as the constant movement of the moon. So we could ignore it and kind of ebb and flow through life, or we can become aware of it and master life by understanding where our emotions stand at today. Our emotions stand at today in a way where we're ready to take control. We're ready to take the lead. And this is perfectly fine if we can begin to integrate our third eye, our Capricorn, our career, what's really important to us, right? We got Venus, Mercury, Sun, Mars, and Pluto all in the same house. This means that our Capricorn energy is dominant. What we want is the priority. And your disposition is on whether or not you have prioritized your ability to get what you want. If you position yourself to take care of everybody else around you, and you haven't positioned yourself to get what you want, then this particular energy feels like pressure. This particular energy will have you feeling insane because you don't even know how to verbalize what you want. You don't even know how to put yourself in a position to get what you want. However, if you've played chess, right, and positioned yourself to make it to whereas you can do what you want to do when you want to do it, this is the time. And I spoke negatively on AI earlier, but now I speak positively on AI. You can utilize AI and AI agents in ways. I started this website. AI created the whole website for me. I said, wait a second now. I had to delete everything. Like, that shit was too good. It had courses. It had all types of shit. It was like it was reading my mind. And I said, a lesser man or a better man, I don't know, would have just clicked run. It had all of the apps installed. It was ready. I said, oh, goddamn. It made it to whereas I didn't have a choice to have nothing but an AI website. I had to go because I've been dealing with WordPress for so long and Bluehost for so long. I backdoored, deleted the website from my cPanel so I could just have a blank canvas to work from. Like, I didn't have a choice. It was either import a website for somebody or make AI make the website. I said, shit, all right. So I clicked AI. That shit looked amazing, but it wasn't me. It wasn't what I was offering. It wasn't even what I was prepared for mentally, you know? I could have just gave y'all that shit. Yeah, man, check out my website, healthaswellherbs.com. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. I'm just saying, if you want to do something, nigga, you can do it. If you afraid of doing it, then that's a whole nother therapy session you need to take. That's a whole nother reading you need to get. But ain't nothing stopping your ass. It's certifications, it's classes, it's courses, it's all types of shit. You just need to know what you want to do. And it can happen.
I got called a nigger by this lady who will be arriving in 10 minutes. So, I'm just, gonna play with it. I don't get activity like this. And this is like the third time in my life ever being called a nigger. So, this shall be fun. But you called me a fucking nigger. I need to stay here. My mother died. I understand that, but you called me a fucking nigger. No,
I'm sorry.
You weren't sorry when you said it on the phone.
Listen, there was
No,
people screaming
but
at home.
at the end of the day,
I
and
need
the
a
climate that we live in today's
I said
society,
I was sorry.
I understand that, but it's above me now.
I need a room tonight.
Well, there's the Best Western next door.
No, please, let me hear. My daughter's here.
I'm sorry, but I mean, I was on the phone when you said it.
I said I'm sorry. Please, I've had a horrible day
And I
today.
had a horrible time when hearing that.
He won't let me in.
It's above here.
Sir, my grandma just
I
died.
understand that, but it's above me.
Please let me.
It's above me. Sorry.
I got my
The
credit
Best
card.
Western is next door.
Sir, the rest of our family
I
is
understand
here.
that, but it's above me.
Please. I
She
apologize.
said what she said.
I understand that.
I understand.
She's very...
I got.
It's above me now. It's above me now. Let's get into it, man. As we stated earlier, Capricorn and Aries, they stand square. They naturally are squares, right? So when the sun are in Capricorn, are in Aries, that creates a square. So this particular square invites us to read scripture. Because what is scripture but an astrological record of human understanding? Daniel's vision of a ram and a goat. Okay? It's above me now. What does this mean? Every human being comes to the realization and the recognition that it is above me now. This is what Daniel's vision of a ram and a goat means. Okay, it took me a while to get here, but now we're here. Very abstract shit, but it doesn't matter. We're going to figure it out. If it's code, that means those codes can be unlocked. So Daniel had a vision. I'll make this easier. We can go Daniel 8, metaphysical, and we can read it from truthunity.net. So if Daniel, two words we want to focus on, Daniel and vision. Because when we read the Bible, we're not reading it as if Daniel was an actual person. Daniel has a metaphysical meaning. And the meaning, spiritual judgment, pure judgment, conscious integrity. What does this mean? This means that there is nothing in the way of your judgment. Who you are consciously is who you pretend to be. And it took Daniel to have a vision, because what did Daniel see in his vision? Daniel saw God as the foundation of all. You are all prophets, and prophets lead to profit. If you wanna understand and overstand and understand the vision, then you just need to understand that God is the foundation of all. No matter in every problem, issue, fear, phobia, negative situation you find yourself in, I can almost guarantee that decision was not made with God as the foundation of it. So Daniel has the pure vision. He is the one with the vision. He is one with source. He represents conscious integrity. So we're not talking about Daniel as a person. Guess who we're talking about? We're talking about you. You could very well operate in pure judgment, being one with the vision. being one with source. So back to this vision. Daniel had a vision of a ram. A ram represents the exalted spiritual understanding and conscience, exalting God as the source of all true intelligence and wisdom. So the vision within itself of the ram is understanding that the ram is an exalted spiritual understanding and consciousness. This is exalting God as the source of all true intelligence and wisdom. Not me, not you, not the president, not the politician, not the teacher, not the lawyer, but God. If you can understand and understand that, that makes you a prophet, and a prophet is the prophets. He also had a vision of a goat. The goat symbolizes resistance and opposition. It is the phase of personality. We resist spirit on one hand, and we resist our fellows on the other. These two instances, resistance, symbolize two goats. They are both denied. Resistance to the Lord is to be killed out entirely, and resistance to our fellows is to be sent into the wilderness and denied a place in consciousness. So the goat, he is resistance and opposition. And the ram is higher consciousness, trusting in God. Do you see why these two motherfuckers is at odds? Do you see why these two can't get along? Now, when we study astrology, we also understand and understand that these symbologies represent us. See, the pineal gland, I'll go back, I'll go one further, right? The goat had a notable horn between his eyes. Okay? His eyes. He had a horn between his eyes. He had a pineal gland. Okay? This person's pineal gland was activated. This goat knew what he wanted to do. Your subconscious mind said, I don't know. What should we do? I'm confused. I'm confused. I don't know what should we do? Well, guess what? It's only one thing you can do. You have to release your conscious mind and let the powers above you exist. It's above me now. You start talking all this pineal gland and subconscious mind and mycelium network, nigga. Guess what, nigga? I don't have to do shit. I have to do what I'm supposed to do. I have to follow what spirit tell me to do. It's a network of motherfuckers in control, okay? I'm not in control, guys. You're not in control. We don't hold the lever to the snow, all right? You better react. You better be ready. You better have your shit in order. Why am I saying this? Because when you realize that you're not in control, that allows the vision to settle in. What can't happen when you are in fight or flight? When you are in fight or flight, the thing that can't happen is the vision can't settle in, because fight or flight is not the realization that God is in control. When you ready to fight a motherfucker, when you ready to run from a situation, in that moment, God is not in control. And if we looking at most of our situations as fight or flight in reference to money, right? Money is not real, but you worried about it. That's fight or flight. If you worried about money, then God can't settle in your life. You can't control whether you're rich or not. You can't control it. You could save $200 every week and invest it and do all of that shit. And what if the goddamn internet go out? We all fucked. You can't control nothing. The way of this world, what you will learn is that when you allow the vision that God has from you to settle in your consciousness, you would know what's going to happen. Who gonna win between the ram and the goat? It's above me now. I don't know. These niggas gonna be battling. Another way of saying this is don't make rash decisions today. Don't let your stress get the best of you today. Let it sort itself out. Because when the moon goes into Taurus and the moon comes back and, hey man, what you been doing, man? I'm traveling around this motherfucker, man. Dog, I thought when you was in Aries, you was mad at, man, bro. That shit a whole month ago, man. I'm off that shit, bro. What's up? Let's get on this Madden or something, man. All right, cool. So don't let the little wars that the gods got going on, that people higher ups got going on, acquisitions and mergers, and that shit don't got nothing to do with you. Allow the vision to settle in. The vision, okay? This is the reality that God is in control of everything. I don't care who you are. Battle me on that. Argue. Let's have an argument. What's God not in control of? You gonna tell me some fuck shit. And maybe God is not in control of the fuck shit. Maybe the devil is in control of the fuck shit. You got that, my boy. But the righteous, the pleasant, the blooming, God is in control, my boy.
The architecture of a normal human eye when relaxed is close to spherical. The cornea focuses most of the light entering the eye, which then passes through the pupil. The curved structures of the eye allow for smooth rotation and reduced distortions. However, the curved nature of the eye's focal parts also flip the image as it's projected onto the retina at the back of the eye. No worries, however. Your brain turns all the information it receives right side up again, producing the result most of us are familiar with.
Vision is seeing God, source, the intelligent designer of the universe. Vision is the sun, Pluto, Venus, Mars, Mercury in the stellium of Capricorn. Your vision is heightened. But what is your vision? Your vision is seeing God, source, the intelligent designer of the universe as the foundation of everything. But let's break this down. In Hebrew, the letter Ayin means I, which is a metaphor for I, me, I, Kyrie, my eye that sees. The all-seeing eye, which is an all-seeing identity shown on the Thoth's goat's forehead. This is the horn in Daniel 8, guys. We're connecting the stars in the sky to mythology, to astrology, to secret science of your spiritual life, being encoded in the Bible in real times. Because Daniel had a vision where he was considering. Now, what does this word mean? Daniel had a vision where he was considering. What does the word mean, guys? Come on, y'all. Y'all don't know what the word consider means? It literally means the stars, guys. Come on now. Consider, probably literally to observe the stars. It means he was one with the stars. Guys, come on. Stick with me. You can't exit astrology in reference to vision and astrology from religion and from Bible, because without the concept of human beings considering being one with the stars, we don't have phenomena. So this is the science of vision. And we can elucidate and we can sit on this particular topic. Why? Because the sun, Mercury, Pluto, Mars, Venus are all in Capricorn. The key word in Siddhar is sidereal or sidereal astrology. Okay? Let's not forget that. Capricorn is the goat of Capricorn, an earth sign. Now let's go back to Daniel 8. And I was considering, behold, a he-goat who came from the west over the face of the whole earth and town. What is this talking about? It is saying Capricorn is an earth sign. Okay? And that goat had a notable horn between his eyes, too. This is the goat. This is the goat that Daniel 8 is talking about, the devil. But the devil, okay, is not who you think it is, right? This is the traditional depiction of the devil, but I have a question. Who is the devil to a person that is not a Christian? Who is the devil to a person that is not religious? He has a home, form, or function, because what Christians do, they put you in a paradigm. They put God over here and the devil over here. Let me tell you something, guys. God has no opposition. God has no square. God has no conjunction. God is supreme. God does not, there is no devil. People have taught you about a devil. Because they know when you look at the world upside down. Okay? This is scientific. So the fear of death is just the fear of rejection from our Creator. And now this fear produces imagined hell and heavens in our descriptions of the afterlife. The animal mind closes the eyes or the eye to any other perspective. The reason why I can't tell you about the devil is because your mind is already closed to the concept of this nigga not even being evil. He just another one of them niggas. He not the antithesis of Christ or the God. God has no antithesis. God is supreme. We all devils. You are the devil. Because we can't be God. We all are subservient to an intelligent designer. There ain't no hierarchy. Ain't no levels. We all devils. It's God and everybody else. The animal mind closes the eye to any other perspective, never allowing the real person, the soul, the psyche to communicate because of our fear-based thought. In astrology, Capricorn, the goat, is able and willing to look at internal issues, the third eye, and external confusion with both eyes wide open and focused straight ahead. The devil is able to understand that shit shouldn't be fucked up, but he might hucklebuck his girlfriend when he get home. He might fuck the shit out that pussy when he get home, but at the same time, he could be putting out a fire. He a fireman. That's a devil. He probably gonna smoke some weed or sniff some coke or do some wild shit, but that's the devil. Who is not a devil? Who is 100% good? I'll just frame it that way. Are you 100% good? The devil is so crazy because when you reverse the word, it just says lived. The nigga lived, okay? That's the devil. A motherfucker that lived, okay? We are all devils. Nobody is good down this bitch. You trying to tell me that you good makes you evil, in my personal opinion, because you just a fucking liar. You so good, give me $10,000, bitch. Break bread. You ain't that good. Ain't gave me a motherfucking dollar. You gonna tell me how good you is? God done blessed me. I done made thousands of dollars fucking with God. Was in the chat. I done made fucking millions fucking with God. You ain't gave me shit. You talking shit about me. We are the devil, okay? Understand, overstand, and understand, okay? The Egyptian Eye of Horus staff. So the Egyptian Eye of Horus staff, this is at the beginning. So you have Capricorn, the goat in the back with the third eye. And then you have the Egyptian staff of Horus at the foreground, right? That represents vision and intuition that protects us from what? Peer pressure. Your mama sent you to school so you can get babysat. Them motherfuckers ain't teach you shit. You don't know how to do a motherfucking thing. You went to school for 12 years. And all you got out of it was peer pressure. Motherfuckers made you smoke weed. Them motherfuckers made you join a gang. Them motherfuckers made you lose your virginity. Okay? School ain't shit. Okay? You can't never convince me on that. Because guess what? People going to be like, you don't need to start no business. You need a fucking job, right? That's other people's reaction to your creative motion. When you start moving in a creative fashion, when you start believing in yourself, you're going to start seeing motherfuckers not believe in you that you love. That's the motherfucking devil right there, guys. When a motherfucker ain't supportive of you in your own motherfucking house, you gonna tell me the devil is the white man. No, the devil is your goddamn husband. He don't support you and what you got going on. That nigga want a motherfucking steak when he get home. Let no motherfucking steak be on that table when that nigga get home. Well, baby, I got this idea for this cosmetic business. Bitch, shut the fuck up and cook my steak. Ain't nobody trying to do no fucking business. Bitch, cook my fucking steak. That's the devil. That's the motherfucking devil. But I would be really happy if I took up gymnastics. Bitch, you better take care of this motherfucking food. That's the devil. Okay? Don't ever get it confused, okay? The devil is every time you try to move forward, it's somebody right up under you, spraying doubt in your motherfucking vicinity. Okay? One primary statement of the Path of Ayin, meaning the eye, is that the ignorant, superstitious person sees the world in an upside down vision, which is natural. Our minds actually see the world upside down, and then it requires our brain to fix it. So that in between time, in meantime, you could be, this is all spirit. The ways in which you see the world is completely up to your brain. Your eyes can still be working and you could go blind because your brain just don't want you to see no more. One's in the chat, if some shit been right in front of your eyes and you didn't even see it. Damn, I didn't even see that there. That was right in my eyes the whole fucking time. This is your brain. So when you see the vision that God have laid out for you, and the motherfucker say you crazy. You crazy for listening to them, okay? The devil card also represents the illusions of the physical eye, where we accept what the reflectors, human eyes, tell us, placing ourselves in mental, emotional bondage of the reverse perspective. Am I? Think about that shit. Am I? Am I going to start that business? Am I going to be successful? Am I? I don't know. Am I going to get married? Am I going to find somebody that loves me? Am I going to find a good job? Am I going to be able to pay my bills this month? Am I? You ain't never asked yourself that before? Am I? Oh, because you seeing this shit from upside down. You seeing this shit from upside down, baby. What should you be saying? I am. Rather than the instinctual survival mind, you say I am. You don't say am I? Am I going to be successful? I am going to be successful. Am I going to start this business? I am going to start this business. That's the difference. It's above you. It's above you now. Well, why did you start your business? Why did you become successful? I don't fucking know. I said I am. That is the instinctual survival nature. This is the mind that you had to have for millions of years. I am. I am going to get married. I am a perfect lover. I am going to find my whatever the case may be. I am. Right? No, I've been saying my man. No, I am. Okay? I am. The one energy is shown as the goddess Auset, the god Asur, forming an electrical force that leads to the creation of Horus, the sun. That electrical force is above you. How does electricity go through all of these houses and power the cars and everything? It's above me now. So let's go through this Monday review. I promise you, my kids back there, they fighting. I hope they don't kill themselves, but I done seen blood and guts and more shit. So let me get through this. Maybe have to call an EMT or some shit like that. I don't know. These kids is crazy. The moon rules Monday, so that's why we tracked it in Aries, squaring the sun. and that's a quarter moon. And just the key point of this is that emotion sets the direction of the week. So if you're doing what you feel good doing, then that's going to supersede the logic or the plans and all that shit. Do you feel good, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel good? Make me feel good, right? Aries moon, the rooting of cause, potential, kinetic. So basically, your potential energy gets transferred into active energy when you understand the actual cause. And this is a good point to start off at, Aries moon, because you're just not getting in it at the middle of something. You're not getting in it at the end of something. You can start it at the beginning. And this is your potential energy. As the moon transits throughout the particular planets, throughout the week, throughout the month, right? What you manifest this week is started here today, okay? Moon square sun, this is where instinct challenges structure, where feelings confront your identity. Instinct is going to win every time. So trust your instinct, follow your instinct, trust in your positive emotion, right? And sometimes you got to go through a negative motion to get to a positive motion. Meaning sometimes you got to cuss these kids the fuck out so you can get some peace, right? But if you didn't cuss these motherfuckers out, you would have still been frustrated, okay? Inertia is not laziness, okay? You have to just calm down, okay? And figure out, what are you afraid of, okay? Just because you ain't doing something don't mean you spiritual. It could also mean that you're an NPC, okay? It also could mean that you being controlled by some weird forces, right? If you ain't doing shit. What do you want to do? What makes you happy? What makes you feel good, right? Get there. This is life, okay? This ain't something that you should just be working your way through, paying goddamn bills. Down this bitch paying bills so another motherfucker can live their life. Think about how crazy that is. You know what they doing with that money you take to spend your bills? They go live life. God damn it. Get up out of that motherfucking cycle. Mycelium. Real growth happens underground first, okay? The invisible networks proceed visible change. And I would suggest, okay, large doses, micro doses, get connected to that underground network, okay? Find solace and peace in knowing that everything is going to work out, knowing how you're going to affect change, knowing how you're going to show up in the world through your ancestors, okay? Because we are in this process of Trinity, life, death, and rebirth, okay? In reference to Demeter, she is the immunagogue. She will cause a goddamn abortion. Man, you can take that pennyroyal when you're trying to release shit, release tension, release negative energy, release soul ties. Release that ain't shit bitch off your aura, okay? Nothing new stabilizes without an ending. So a lot of y'all are just carrying on energy, afraid of letting go and moving on. The word of the day for Monday is integration. Another word is conscious integrity. Be the person that you say you are 24/7. Also, trust the unseen preparation for the life that's being prepared for you that you're not even aware. Just be grateful for it. Move in that energy. Do what you need to do. Show up for your family. And sometimes you got to cuss a motherfucker out, okay? With all that being said, man, this has been the daily energy reading for January 26, 2026, guys. Man, oh man, oh man. So stay tuned. Like I said, the goal is to do every day and one day at a time, but also trying to build the business, right? So make sure you guys show some support. Health is Wealth Botanicals. We will be, building that website ever so slowly. Not rushing anything, but if y'all want to take part in the growth and development process, our first product, right? Our first product is the Royal Mint, and I just want to show this cool thing about it. Say for instance, it's $14 to get a bulk bag, right? That might be a lot, or I know people got $14 to spare to spend, but maybe you don't got $14 to spare. You could get this off Klarna, baby. You know what I'm saying? You could get this off of Klarna. $3.50 for interest-free payments, right? So I'm just saying, everybody got different situations and they might want to partake, but money is tight. Support a new business. Health is Wealth Herbs. They is our today's sponsor and will be the sponsor for the foreseeable future. For those that just want to support on the Cash App, it is $Hood Mystic 38. Thank y'all for all of y'all support thus far. Throughout my whole entire journey on YouTube, just want to thank y'all. If you never heard me say it, you hearing me say it now, motherfuckers. But with that being said, this has been the daily energy reading for January 26, 2026, and we'll keep this thing going. Stay tuned for more videos. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, join the Discord. Link is in the description. Check out the links. You can check out the slideshow. That link is in the description as well. All the links do work in the slideshow, or you could utilize the links in the description. With all that being said, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. This has been my offering for today, and stay tuned for more videos. Shout out to Initiates, and that's catch y'all all on the flip side. Peace.
Yeah. Just thinking about it. This is the daily aspects. When you understand, it's just like magic. When life was once so tragic, now you gon' go get the bag, man.
Welcome to the daily energy reading where seeing is believing even if you was to see it. You wouldn't know you could be it, but you can. You're the man. It's your world, you're that girl. Daily energy reading is gonna be good. Daily energy readings every day.
How you feel?
Feel good.